of harnessing technology in the judicial system, calling for the digitization of court records and the adoption of AI-driven tools to ensure swifter, more efficient justice delivery. For over a decade, he has actively championed its practice, including chairing key sessions for judges and lawyers at the 2018 state-level intensive mediation workshop organized by the Mediation and Conciliation Committee of the Jammu and Kashmir High Court. Our next organizing secretary is Honorable Professor Surya Prakash, Dispute Resolution Process Area Vice Chancellor NLIU Bhopal. He is the Vice Chancellor of NLIU Bhopal. Since his appointment in June 2023, he has brought a wealth of experience and visionary leadership to the institution. Our next organizing team member is Professor Surya Raju. He is the Secretary General of ACIM with 13 years of experience as an arbitrator and an academician. With this, I welcome all our dignitaries today, and I call upon Professor Surya Raju, Secretary General ACIM, India, to lead the theme.
Good morning, everyone. Honorable Justice Suryakant sir, Honorable Justice P.S. Narasimha sir, and Honorable Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu garu, and Honorable Justice D.S. Thakur, and other guests on the dais, off the dais. I welcome all the people to this international mediation conference conducted by the Asian Center for International Arbitration and Mediation in collaboration with National Law Institute, University of Bhopal. Now, mediation is a requirement. So, where informally, in a structured process, in a structured manner, we can settle the disputes is concerned. So, due to the time constraint, only I am restricting to 2 minutes. So, basically, Singapore International Mediation Center, Singapore International Arbitration Center, which are considered as the best institutions in the worldwide in order to conduct the arbitrations and mediations. Our ACIM vision is to make Visakhapatnam and Amravati the global hubs for the arbitration and mediation. So in order to do that, extensive panels have to be created of the arbitrators and the mediators in the center. So we'll be doing and working hard towards making up those panels, and we'll be providing an administrative assistance to the arbitration and mediation process. So with this, I welcome all the delegates and participants from all over India, even from the worldwide, whosoever came here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Surya Raju. I now call upon Professor Dr. Surya Prakash, Vice Chancellor, NLIU Bhopal, to give to speak about the theme.
Good morning to all. Honorable Justice Sri Suryakant, Honorable Justice Narasimha, and our beloved Chief Minister Sri Chandrababu Naidu garu, the architect of modern state of Andhra Pradesh, Honorable Justice Thakur ji, Chief Justice High Court of Andhra Pradesh, my student, my friend Professor Surya, and the partners from legal firm, Trilegal, Honorable Judges who has arrived from the state of Madhya Pradesh, Honorable Justice Vivek Agrawal ji, Honorable Justice Vishal Dhagat ji, and AP High Court Judges, Honorable Justice Ramakrishna Prasad garu, and Chairman Patravi garu, and all legal luminaries, dignitaries, and my dear friends. And here at Visakhapatnam, my friend and some of our friends decided that we should develop here a center for arbitration and mediation. And we know the importance of mediation. When mediation of Bhagavan Sri Krishna failed, Kurukshetra has happened. To say the importance about mediation, there won't be much better example than Bhagavan Sri Krishna, who tried to mediate between Pandavas and Kauravas. And similarly, mediation is there since our ancient times. And in order to reduce the burden on the courts, the best way, the best relief for the litigants would be the mediation and then arbitration. And I'm very glad that the young minds, they try to start a mediation and arbitration center here at Visakhapatnam, though we are at the beginning of the beginning. And sir, I hope that one day Visakhapatnam will be the destination, just like Singapore arbitration or London Court of Arbitration or Dubai. We, the new state, we have to develop so many institutions. Particularly, we had a new High Court at Amravati, and new legal community is developing, and new legal expertise also has to develop in all areas. And one such area is the arbitration and mediation. And definitely, it will serve not only the people of India, but we are looking ahead to serve the litigants in India and also around the world, and definitely under the leadership of our beloved Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu garu. Sir, on this occasion, I would like to bring to your kind notice, there are so many institutions which you have to develop in the state of Andhra Pradesh. One such institute which I would like to suggest you is that there should be a school of maritime law. You may call it Indian Maritime School, just like ISB. And because we have 1,040 kilometers coastline, and we had a very day before yesterday, you stated that for every 50 kilometers there should be a harbor or a port. And keeping in view, because earlier myself and Honorable Justice Narasimha has discussed about this, because Gujarat is having the first largest coastline, followed by the state of Andhra Pradesh, and there is also a lot of maritime arbitration is going on. And I had a discussion with the port chairman earlier, MT Tirumala Babu garu, and most of the time we are getting the arbitrators from Bombay, sir, for maritime arbitration. Day before yesterday, in this logistics summit, he has said that for every 50 kilometers there should be a port or a harbor. And we have a lot of marine resources, and to do all these things, it is necessary. So far, there is only Gujarat Maritime University. And second one, we have to develop much in a better way at an international level. You may call it as International Maritime School, preferably if it's possible on Rishikonda, which we may utilize the infrastructure. And with these few words, and I would like to assure that this Asian International Center for Arbitration and Mediation is going to have a very good future, and we will guide the others by taking forward this institution, and let us take pride for this institution at Visakhapatnam. Later on, we will have our branch at Amravati also, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Surya Prakash. I now call upon Honorable Justice D.S. Thakur, Chief Justice, Andhra Pradesh High Court, for his thoughts on the theme. Thank you.
I know we are constrained for time because the honorable dignitaries have also to participate in a university convocation. Therefore, I will try to keep it very brief. Esteemed dignitaries on and off the dais, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. The core theme of the conference, that is mediation, couldn't be more apt in the circumstances in which we are faced today, when the courts in the country are facing an avalanche of cases that have descended upon them. The fact that two of the honorable judges of the Supreme Court, as also the presence of the Honorable Chief Minister on the dais, suggests the importance and relevance of the issue that the courts are being confronted with on a daily basis. As we all know that the Chief Justice of India heads the judiciary of the largest democracy in the world, with a population of 1.4 billion approximately. So the concern in their mind to deal and cope with this situation is uppermost, and that is how all of us gather here to hear the valuable thoughts on the issue. Now, the reasons for the delay in courts primarily is attributed to the inadequate judges to case ratio. If you recollect that there was a report submitted by the Committee of Judges of the Honorable Supreme Court that prescribed a particular ratio, and that was approximately one judge to every 600 or 800 cases. We did an assessment study in our courts here in Andhra Pradesh, and as against 650 judges that we have approximately today in Andhra Pradesh, we found that we require another 850 judges. Now, if this could translate in terms of monetary implication, it would run into 1,000 and more than thousands of crores. Therefore, the need to look at alternatives. And one of the alternatives, as is suggested by the basic framework, was in Section 89 of the Civil Procedure Code, followed by now the Mediation Act of 2023, which has not fully been implemented. Now, we have done our part in training, undertaking a training of mediators. We trained about 1,400 mediators in the entire state. The attempt to train more than 800 more by December 2025 is what we aim at. We aim to take the mediation movement to the taluka level, where we have identified approximately 63 new premises. Our biggest handicap today is that we do not have adequate premises where we can have people come to identified mediation centers. We have identified for the time being 63, and we, with the help of the government, aim to have some more infrastructure on this. Now, generally the perception is that whenever advocates come to handle a case, the resolution is delayed. But the presence of advocates, senior advocates, designated senior advocates from all across the country certainly belies that perception. Now, while we are training mediators, the biggest challenge today, what I feel, is that a 40-hour training in mediation skills may not be itself enough. Now, the question is that when a case gets referred for mediation by the court, now we have a panel of mediators. The mediators are seen on the basis of their training, but there is no audit as to what is their capacity. Just imagine to trust, say, a graduate who is freshly graduated from a law college and entrust a case to him saying that you now handle it is difficult. So his ability to handle a case and to nudge and navigate the parties to an amicable resolution of dispute is something which we cannot expect from a mediator only because of the fact that he has undergone a training of 40 hours. Now the question therefore is, with a view to avoid that golden opportunity which the court gets when it refers the matter to the mediator, that opportunity should not be lost because of the incapacity of the mediator, because there is no method of judging his skill. Therefore, there has to be some mechanism, some certification, some standardized method of determining as to whether the case which is being handed over to him will see some successful fruition or not. That is one aspect of training and skill development, which is most important in my mind. Second is integrity. Now, we have all seen that arbitration was a success. Many judges, retired judges, bureaucrats took to arbitration because it was lucrative. Today, the situation is that while we are seeing this as assuming a movement in the country under the able guidance and leadership of our honorable judges in the Supreme Court. We cannot permit everyone and anybody who volunteers to undergo the training and then come forward. As we have seen in the arbitration world, if there are honest arbitrators, there are also dishonest ones. If there is a demand for honest arbitrators, there is a greater demand for dishonest arbitrators, especially those appointed by, nominated by the parties. Therefore, some sort of a mechanism must be developed so that it is not a free-for-all. I know that there is a time constraint, therefore I hope that the deliberations of this conference help build a system of justice that heals, that restores, and that empowers our people and our economy to move forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Justice D.S. Thakur. I now call upon Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Chandrababu Naidu Garu.
Honorable Justice Sri Suryakanth Garu, Honorable Justice Sri P.S. Narasimhan Garu, Honorable Justice D.S. Thakur Garu, Professor S. Surya Prakash Garu, Vice Chancellor, Dr. Surya Raju Garu, Secretary General, ACIAM, Honorable Judges, distinguished jurists, and friends. I am very happy to be here. Visakhapatnam is a beautiful city. Anybody will go to Hyderabad and stay there sometime. They want to settle there. Now Visakhapatnam, anybody will come, they will settle permanently in Visakhapatnam. That is the beauty of Visakhapatnam. Either hospitality or beaches or natural beauty, everything wonderful place. Apart from that place, from all these things, it is a very, very positive people. Recently, Visakhapatnam is rated one of the most safest place for women protection. That is very interesting comment. I want to make it here. Not only women's safety, even men's safety also, this is the best place. I am very happy to be here because the judiciary is a key pillar of our constitution, protecting democracy and the rule of law. India's judicial system is known for its credibility, transparency, and strong commitment to justice. While there may be some delays at times, justice always delivered. Every common man is having hope. Ultimately, I will get justice. That is the beauty of our justice. I am proud of it. The people of India have immense faith in our judiciary, not just as an institution of law, but a pillar of justice, fairness, and constitutional values. It is seen as the finest guardian of rights, a protector of common citizen, and a symbol of the rule of law in our democracy. Here, I wanted to make a comment. I have seen India for the last, as a policy maker, I entered to politics in 1978, first time MLA. After that, 1980, I became minister. 95, I became chief minister. I have seen India. Today, if you see, India has taken bold reforms. 1991 economic reforms. Mid-90s IT revolution, Indians took advantage, first more advantage. God is very kind. India is blessed with demographic dividend. Now slowly we are losing that advantage in South India. Now North India still there is an advantage. With all these factors, we are having a very strong leader also at center. That is Narendra Modi ji. If you see 11 years back, 11th economy, largest economy. Today, 4th largest economy. Next year, we are going to become 3rd largest economy. And at the same time, there are predictions by Ernst & Young. By 2038, we will become 2nd largest economy in the world. I don't have any doubt about it. And also 2047, India will be number 1 economy globally. It is going to happen because of our inherent strengths. If you see here some of the reforms, I have seen tax reforms, CST, VAT, GST, improved version of GST now, another reform. With all tax reforms, we are growing 6-7% now. There is a potential of growing 10% in the near future. If all these things will happen, then nobody can stop India moving forward. This is the situation we are all here now. At the same time, ADR and India's mediation culture. Just now, Vice Chancellor rightly mentioned, if you remember mythology, Krishna was the best mediator. But of course, mediation has failed. Ultimately, what happened, happened. That is how things are happening. And also I have seen in my own experience, in villages, there are some respected elders to mediate so many disputes. I am personally witnessed. My father, he was not educated, but abundant common sense. More than 10 villages, they used to call him, they used to discuss, they used to address their problems. That is how mediation has helped in India. After that, we are all talking panchayats, how they have solved all problems. Today we are having more courts according to me. But earlier, to go to court, people used to feel shy. Litigation is the last resort. That is how they have to work in the direction. Today, technology has become a very big handy. Even virtual hearings are happening, e-filing, mobile case updates, multilingual tools. All these things are making more accessible and also transparent. Online dispute resolution platforms enable parties to resolve conflicts from anywhere in the world seamlessly. Artificial intelligence has come. We have to use it discreetly, otherwise we will have a problem. And also blockchain has come. Even in blockchain, transparent proof and also enforcement can be done globally. These are all various things are happening. So, I am very happy today we are all here. What we are doing, how to take forward with innovative ways. As Vice Chancellor rightly mentioned, I am very happy if we can make Visakhapatnam one of the biggest center better than Singapore. ADR center. Government of Andhra Pradesh is willing to contribute that ecosystem. I will be very happy for that. Friends and also Honorable Supreme Court judges and High Court judges, you are all watching. India is moving new technologies, high tech. Now we are taking advantage of it. For the last 1 year, we are able to mobilize $100 billion investment to Andhra Pradesh. Now, next month, Google is going to come here, and also TCS is already here, and also Cognizant is coming. With all these things, what today India is having, data centers, Visakhapatnam is going to have more than what India is having total data centers capacity. That is going to happen within 1 or 2 years' time. And also, we are going now Quantum Valley. America is having Silicon Valley. They are proud of it. India, we started recently Quantum Valley. First quantum computer is going to operate from Amravati by January 1st. It is going to happen. We will be the 6th country in using Quantum Valley, quantum computing, and also having quantum computer. Even space technology, you are all aware. Earlier, by seeing TV, we used to enjoy and also inspire. Now we are starting Space City. America is having SpaceX. We are having Space City now. We are going to launch very soon private satellites from Space City. It is near Tirupati. Now, wars we are doing. Earlier we need more manpower. Now drones are enough. All technologies are going to happen. We are starting Drone City in Kurnool now for civilian applications and also defense applications. Electronic City, aerospace, these are all some of the areas we are going. Now what I wanted to emphasize here, we have to think alternative mechanisms also. Even in this, what I am requesting these organizers and also under the guidance of Supreme Court and also Honorable Justice, our Surikant Garu, they have to, and also our Narasimhan Garu, you have to guide alternative methods. Even to establish courts, that is one way, but how to create a mechanism with alternative disputes redressal mechanism. Even technology, how to use it, how to go about innovative way, all these things, I am confident they will work it out. Ultimately, this is the time. I can say we are all very inspiring time we are living. One example I will tell you, in my government, no citizen can come to office. Around 700 services we are delivering through WhatsApp governance from his home. All data, historical data is available. We are capturing all the data with Government of India, Government of Andhra Pradesh, and also AI tools are available. Quantum computing is available. Real-time data we can collect through satellite, drone, CCTV camera, IoT, wearables, all these things if you can collect, even through artificial intelligence, if you can apply, we can guide them real time. If with all these things are, that is where I am saying now, earlier we used to work very hard, future is only how to work smart. I am very happy. Indians are going to service the global community. As of now, people are going there. In future, from anywhere in India, they are going to deliver services. If necessary, they can go and work physically. That is going to happen. In this regard, how to reduce disputes, how to make more support for economic growth. That is where we are going to see. One thing I want to make it very clear here. India is going to become globally number one country. Indians are going to become number one globally. We have to plan now 145 crore population. With this population, what type of society we need? Not only building rich, but we have to make how to bridge the gap between haves and have-nots. It is our responsibility to provide better living standards for every citizen. It is possible if we can plan properly by politicians and also guide by judiciary properly. India will be the best place to live and also best country to lead the global community. With this, I am very happy what our friends are doing here. Ultimately, I am seeking always guidance from Supreme Court, judges, and also our Andhra Pradesh High Court for doing better things. With this, thank you one and all.
Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister. I now call upon Honorable Justice P.S. Narasimha, Judge of the Supreme Court.
Very good morning to all of you. My esteemed elder brother, Justice Surya Kant, Honorable Chief Minister, Honorable Chief Justice, the two Vice Chancellors, Judges of the High Courts, President of SCORA, other dignitaries. Because of the time constraint, what I will do is, I will take a passover. I'll promise to come back, but if I don't, I will leave you with just 3 points. 70 years after the independence, more than 70 years, we have pursued a resolution of disputes through adversarial litigation, which required finding of a fact. I think there's no doubt in our minds that this system didn't really work very well. The stakeholders were lawyers. So if we move to the system of mediation, the persons who will be doing the mediation substantially are also lawyers. So what position will you take as lawyers, having moved from adversarial litigation to that of a mediator? From logic, you will shift to trust. It is trust and trust alone which will help resolve disputes through the process of mediation. So you must learn that technique. It's a facet of the heart. How you win the heart and enable the persons involved in a dispute to trust in you. That's a process, reflect on that. The second point I would want to make is mediation must be closer to people, which requires you to know what people are, how they live, how they fight, what are their aspirations, what are their fallacies, what are their weaknesses. To understand, the most important element is language. So you must be closer to people, closer to their language, closer to their culture. The third point, which I will leave you with this, we experimented with one alternative dispute resolution, that is arbitration. Arbitration was hijacked by the elite. Elite in the sense of, not pejoratively, for commercial purposes. It was intended to be a very simple process where an arbitrator will come and resolve the disputes. Instead, it has been a technique for commercial transactions, and so far as small issues like a fight between two neighbors about a wall in a village, two brothers fighting for partition, they have to suffer civil court litigation, and arbitration is not available. My fear is that same thing might happen even to mediations. Mediation must be kept simple. As easily as possible, the disputes should be resolved. And what are the methods by which these three things that I have indicated can be achieved? I will discuss with you. Mediation is very close to my heart. If I come back, I will participate in one of those sessions and share my thoughts with you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Justice Narasimha. I now call upon Honorable Justice Suryakant, Judge of the Supreme Court of India.
Shri Chandrababu Naidu, Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, my brother and esteemed colleague, Honorable Mr. Justice P.S. Narasimha, Judge Supreme Court of India, Justice D.S. Thakur, Honorable the Chief Justice Andhra Pradesh High Court, Honorable Judges of various High Courts who are present here. We have among us Justice Nawaz from the Supreme Court of Sri Lanka. He is welcome here in this conference. Professor Dr. S. Surya Prakash, Vice Chancellor, NLIU Bhopal. Mr. Santan Krishnan, Life President of the Commonwealth Lawyers Association, and other office bearers of the CLA. Professor Surya Raju, Secretary General, ACIAM, Madam Chitra from the Trilegal, senior advocates from the Supreme Court, other members of the Supreme Court Bar and the Bar Association of Visakhapatnam and different parts of Andhra Pradesh, who are also graciously present here. Mr. Nayyar, Mr. Jain, and other office bearers of the SCORA, members of the mediator community, and some of the very eminent mediators are present here. I know most of them by name, but because of the time constraint, I am not addressing them by name. We have among us Mr. Bharat, the local member of parliament. Other distinguished guests, we have Dr. Renu Raj from the United Kingdom. She is also with us. Distinguished guests, participants, and my dear friends from media. Stepping into this auditorium, one can sense the collective ambition, a gathering fueled not merely by words, but by a genuine resolve to reimagine the landscape of dispute resolution. Coming together, ACIAM, Trilegal and NLU Bhopal marks not a simple an event, but a potential turning point where justice is no longer perceived as remote or intimidating, but as an accessible reality shaped by our own shared commitment. Justice in 21st century, let's commit ourselves, is not an aspiration, it is our responsibility. With this in mind, the theme of our conference resonates with great urgency and relevance. Today, justice must extend far beyond the confines of courtrooms, permeating our communities, businesses, and families. It is about reaching people where they are, making the principles of fairness and compassion tangible and attainable for all. This forum challenges each of us to push past routine, embrace innovation, and build solutions that are empathic and truly effective for our times. Our Constitution does not view justice only in the narrow sense of adjudicating disputes. It speaks of social, economic, and political justice as a guiding factor. While courts play an indispensable role in enforcing rights, true justice must go beyond judgments and decrees. It must reach people where they are, in a language they understand, and in a manner they trust. Mediation provides precisely this bridge. It ensures that the parties remain at the center of the process, that their voices are heard, and their dignity is respected. In this sense, mediation is not merely a legal mechanism, it is a constitutional value in action. As society and the economy evolve, so do the disputes. Today, we see conflicts in areas as diverse as intellectual property, cross-border trade, digital currency, cybercrime, family relations, international awards and their enforcement, environmental issues and concerns. If every such dispute is funneled into our already overburdened courts, the result will be delay, disillusionment, and a deepening sense of injustice. Mediation, therefore, offers us a different path, a path of creativity and consensus. It is flexible, faster, and allows customized solutions that courts, bound by strict procedures, may not always provide. For mediation to gain universal acceptance and become an integral part of our justice delivery system, the foundation must rest on a single non-negotiable element, and that element is trust. In the context of mediation, it flows from three critical sources. First, the integrity of the mediator. The entire process of mediation is built upon the confidence that parties repose in the mediator. Honorable Chief Minister pointed out how the old persons in the villages were being trusted and all the disputes were really left them to be resolved. It was only on account of the immense trust that the people had in them. They must believe that the mediator is impartial, independent, and competent. Integrity here is not merely a personal virtue, it is the bedrock of the process. If this perception falters, the process collapses. Second, the credibility of the institutions. Mediation cannot thrive in a vacuum. It requires robust institutional support to lend structure, consistency, and legitimacy to the process. Institutions like the one ACIAM serve as a custodians of quality and trust. In a world where disputes often carry significant economic and social stakes, institutional credibility reassures parties that mediation is not an informal compromise, but a structured, reliable, and enforceable method of dispute resolution mechanism. The third point, the support to be extended by the law. So, not only those 2 points which I have highlighted, unless there is a support by the law, the mediation may not be as successful as we perceive. For mediation to transition from an alternative to a mechanism as a mainstream method of dispute resolution, I believe it needs the backing of the law. And fortunately for us, we have the Mediation Act of 2023, marking a watershed moment by providing a clear statutory framework for both domestic and cross-border mediation, prescribing ethical obligations and giving enforceability to mediated settlement agreements. However, we should be clear that legislation by itself cannot transform culture. Laws can provide a foundation, but they must be animated by practice, sustained by institutions, and embraced by society. We must cultivate a legal ecosystem where mediation is seen not as a concession or a lesser form of justice, but as a superior process that empowers parties and preserve relationship. If courts represent the authority of justice, mediation represents its humanity. It restores agency to the parties, transforms conflict into cooperation, and turns adversaries into partners in resolution. In an age where speed and sensitivity matter as much as legality, mediation is not a luxury, it's a necessity. The question is no longer whether we can afford to mainstream mediation. Please mind my words. The question is no longer whether we can afford to mainstream mediation. The question is whether we can afford not to mediate on the first option. The second dimension of our discussion today is technology. The pandemic taught us that technology has ceased to be a peripheral tool. It has become an integral component of legal processes, reshaping the contours of dispute resolution worldwide. It leveraged thoughtfully. Technology can be the great equalizer, removing physical, economic, and social barriers that have historically excluded large sections of our population from the formal justice systems. Technology allows a farmer in a remote village, a small entrepreneur in a Tier 2 city, or a homemaker facing a family dispute, all of them to participate in mediation without the expense of travel, without losing day of work, and without the intimidation of formal court proceedings. Digital mediation platforms, virtual hearings, and AI-assisted tools can bring the process of dispute resolution to the doorstep, or rather to the handheld device of every citizen. This is what inclusive justice truly means, the priceless justice that transcends geography, income, and social status. Not only domestically, but also in our increasingly interconnected world, where cross-border disputes are becoming more frequent, mediation emerges as a powerful tool for resolving conflicts quickly and collaboratively while preserving vital relationships across jurisdictions. The role of technology through online dispute resolution platforms, video conferencing, and digital document management enables the parties, separated by geography and legal systems, to engage meaningfully in mediation, overcoming traditional barriers of distance, cost, and time. By embracing technological innovation and strengthening institutional capacity, we can make dispute resolution more efficient, flexible, and just for the modern era. Yet, while we welcome these advances, we must also acknowledge the risk. Technology must be a bridge, not a barrier. If our systems are too complex or they are connectivity dependent, we may end up excluding those who need access the most. Digital literacy and infrastructure gaps remain significant challenges, and every technological innovation must therefore be accompanied by capacity building initiatives such as simple, user-friendly platforms, multilingual interfaces, and community support systems. Another aspect that deserves attention is data security and confidentiality. It cannot be emphasized enough that mediation thrives on candor and trust. Parties disclose sensitive information with the assurance that it will not be misused. When these processes move online, the duty to protect their confidentiality becomes even more critical. Institutions and service providers must invest in robust cybersecurity frameworks, encryption protocols, and ethical guidelines to ensure that trust is never compromised in the digital space. Further, technology is not merely about digitizing the existing processes. It opens the door to new possibilities. AI-driven tools can assist mediators by generating objective summaries, analyzing patterns in disputes, or even suggesting possible settlement ranges based on prior data. And all this thing, all without replacing the human element of empathy and discretion that lies at the heart of mediation. Similarly, online dispute resolution platforms can integrate language translation, voice-to-text features, and real-time documentation, making the process seamless and inclusive for parties across linguistic and cultural divides. Finally, let us remember that the ultimate object of technology in justice delivery is not efficiency alone, it is empowerment. It is to ensure that no person, regardless of where they live or what resources they possess, feels alienated from the promise of justice. Technology, if used ethically and inclusively, can transform this aspiration into a lived reality. Let us ensure that every innovation moves us closer to that vision where justice is neither delayed nor denied and never distant. To the lawyers and students present here, let me say that with this emphasis, embrace mediation not as a challenge to your profession, but as an expansion of it. The lawyer of tomorrow will not only be an advocate in court, but also a facilitator of dialogue, a builder of consensus, and a protector of relationships. Mediation is not about diminishing advocacy. It is about redefining it for a new era of problem solving. The young mediators who train today will shape the justice system of tomorrow. This is not merely an opportunity, it is a responsibility, and I firmly hope and believe of you will take up it with sincerity and passion. Institutions like ACIAM, in partnership with academic centers and other stakeholders, will play a defining role in this transformation. They are not just training mediators, they are shaping the very architecture of justice in the 21st century. As I conclude, let me leave you with this thought. And my thought is, justice is not a fortress to be defended. It is a bridge to be built. The foundation must be anchored in constitutional values, supported by laws and institutions, strengthened by technology, and sustained by trust. Mediation is one such bridge that connects the letter of the law with the spirit of justice. Let's walk in together with confidence, creativity, and compassion. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for inviting. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, honorable dignitaries. I think we've been enlightened how access to justice can be better through mediation and usage of tools such as learning the requirement of empathizing with not just the clients, with mediators, with lawyers, using AI but not abusing AI. Vishakhapatnam through ACIM will truly be the next mediation hub, not just in India and definitely the world over. With this, I call upon the website launching, if that can be done. We'll proceed with this felicitation for the ceremony. I would like to call upon Advocate Abhas Sharma to facilitate Honorable Justice Suryakant. We would now like to call upon the co-founder, ACIM, Mrs. Nikita Upalapti, to facilitate Honorable Justice P.S. Narasimha. Take this photograph because there is no space. I would like to call upon Professor Dr. Surya Prakash to facilitate Honorable Shri Chandrababu Naidu. Website is ready. They are. No, one second. I would request Mr. Vinay Ahuja of Mohan Law House to facilitate Honorable Mr. Justice Dheeraj Singh Thakur. We'll now also proceed with the launch of the website of ACIM. I call upon Vivek from ACIM to proceed with the launch of the website.
Let them come fast, very fast.
For the MOU, we will call upon Professor Surya Prakash for NLIU Bhopal. We call upon co-founder Surya Raj. In the meanwhile, can I call upon Nivaran, Ms. Nandini Gore? Ms. Nandini. They're already. Can I next call upon Ms. Shweta Rao from Fisher's Medical Ventures? Dr. Sirisha Medc Hospital, Dr. S.P. Ravindran, NVP Law College, the representative for Farm Hazel Pharmaceuticals, Mr. Srinivas Ramanarayan from Trust. Last. I've already called. They're not. That's it. Yeah, later. Honorable dignitaries. Yeah.
Ask all people
I
to
know.
raise from national and touch it.
Honorable dignitaries, thank you for your time. We'll end with the national anthem.
शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मा